Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference. Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of Trooper Talk. We have some special guests today. I always say that, but this time it's really cool. Trooper Hagstrom is here. He's been working diligently to always bring in great guests.
Absolutely.
We have someone that is here that hasn't been here for a few weeks, and then we have a really special guest. So please introduce yourself and tell us what you do for Nevada State Police.
Absolutely. So I'm Trooper Villanueva of Nevada State Police. I am the sworn recruiter for Southern Command or Region 1. My job is to recruit people to come join us on the police force, not only sworn officers, but admin assistants as well as dispatchers.
And the lady that's in the middle, normally I would say please introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do, but I'm going to leave that to you.
Sure.
Because you called her by a special name.
Correct.
Right? And what is that special name and who is this lady?
This is Mama Villanueva. This is my mom. This is the woman that has raised me to be the person that I am today, and I credit a lot of the stuff that I do today because of her and my dad.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So please introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do for the Nevada State Police.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Villanueva, Trooper Villanueva's mother. I work for the state as a parole and probation specialist at the Southern Command office.
Let's see, recruiting events in Las Vegas Convention Center.
Yeah, so this was actually yesterday.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah, this was yesterday and Tuesday. It was a state hiring event. The state had different divisions, different departments, different stuff that you could do to work for the state. We were out recruiting for dispatchers, officers, and troopers. One of the biggest things that I wanted to touch on, a lot of people came up to the booth asking if they needed experience or if experience was required, and there is no experience needed at all whatsoever. Like I said earlier, we will send you to the academy and we will teach you how to be a trooper, we'll teach you how to be an officer, and we'll teach you how to be safe doing these things. There's no experience needed. As long as you are 20 and a half, you were able to apply, so then that way by the time you graduate you're 21. GED or high school diploma, and just willing to come work and learn and experience something new and start a new rewarding career.
What if someone, like, a lot of people might be scared of firearms.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden now you have something that can kill, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, I'm definitely, you know what I mean? So, like, when it comes to that, will you teach someone how to properly clean and shoot and all that type
Absolutely.
of stuff?
So yeah, so there's a lot of training in the academy that you go through for firearms. Not only do we teach you how to shoot with a handgun platform, we teach you how to shoot with a rifle and a shotgun, and we teach you the safeties, the malfunctions of them. If you're on the firing range and something happens and it goes wrong with your firearm, we teach you how to clear it and how to safely clear it. We teach you how to safely manipulate any firearm that you're handling. If you're deciding to use a rifle for the day, how to manipulate that rifle and how to be safe with it. That's a 2-week course that you go through the academy, and then after you graduate the basic academy and you're in specifics, you go through a whole nother training course with rifles and shotguns, and it's constant learning of firearms. So if you're somebody that's never touched a firearm or you're kind of hesitant about it, we will teach you how to be safe and how to manage that firearm.
And what about, like, the taser and the handcuffs, and you'll teach everything?
That as well, yep. Tasers are the biggest thing. So DPS is probably one of the only agencies that you get tased during the academy. It is not a requirement.
You get tased? You
get tased during the academy, that's correct. And the reason they do that is so that you understand what the taser is capable of. If it's ever taken from you in any situation or a scenario, you understand how to go through the effects of the taser, and you understand what it is that you're about to feel if the taser's ever turned on you, and that's one of the biggest things that the academy pushes. So then that way you can fight through it. It's not something that it's ending. You know what you're gonna experience. So then that way it's not first shock to you if it does happen, pun intended. And also the pepper spray. You get pepper sprayed as well, so you understand the effects of pepper spray and how to manipulate yourself and still be safe during the encounter if that ever happens to you.
We need troopers. We need parole and probation, and we need people that are working that are non-sworn.
Absolutely.
Because they are the backbone of what it is. We hear all the time that without the dispatch,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And
Yes.
so that we hear all the time, and that's why you coming on is so important, not only for your son, you know what I'm saying, but for the fact of it, you know, like talking, and so it's very, very important. You know what I mean?
And Neil, can I add one more
Yeah,
thing
sure.
for the public too? If you're interested in being a Nevada State Trooper or parole probation officer, we're allowing people to come and do ride-alongs. And you can also, and that's for both Nevada Highway Patrol and for parole and probation. Or if you always wanted to not be in law enforcement but not be an officer, that almost came out wrong there. We have dispatch and administrative people too. So I always tell people, if you want to do a sit-along on dispatch for a day, you can see what they do every day and see if that's something that fits you. It's something that you want to do. And that's one of the great things about our department. You can go with a parole and probation officer or a state trooper and do a ride-along and say, hey, this is for me or it's not for me. You know, we really, like Louis said, it's a calling. It takes a certain type of person to do this job. So we want to make sure that we get the right people. So we're allowing people to do that. So if you're interested in possibly being a state trooper, a dispatcher, a parole and probation, or administrative assistant, go to nevadastatepolice.com.
I think Trooper Slater said it the other day or whatever, or maybe you did, you know, that somebody was fighting with someone, you know, on the highway or something, right? And so, I mean, I guess it happens. You know, you just don't hear about these things,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden you have your duty belt, and then the guy grabs your thing, and he's pointing this at you, and you're, I mean,
Yeah, you have to be ready for everything.
like
And I think it's great
just
that
never
we do
thought
that.
about
Oh,
it. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like I just never.
It just shows you how fast you can be immobilized
Right.
and how they can kill you or take advantage of the situation or get away, you know, either way. But I truly believe that's some of the best training, and that's with Nevada State Police. We're always trying to take it a step above. You know, I've been pepper sprayed like maybe 4 or 5 times in the past, and then I've been tased 3 times.
Yes.
So you know, but we have people that what they do is they don't shoot the darts in you. They'll put it at one. They'll tape it on one part of the leg and the other, and they don't do the full. You know, what is it?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. You'll do 2, 3 seconds, and then. But we have guys on each side of you to make sure that you don't fall or injure yourself like that.
Right.
But at least you experience it and you know what's coming if somebody does get that weapon and it might be used against you. So invaluable training.
Right.
I mean, we have to have that kind of training because it's real life scenario stuff that could happen.
So
Yeah,
no experience needed. Prior to this, I had no law enforcement experience whatsoever, aside from security at the Aria, one of the big casinos here. However, that training was nothing compared to what I went through during the academy. We will teach you how to be safe. We will teach you how to do the job, and we'll get you to where you need to be.
And you teach the person how to drive too?
We do. We teach people how to drive fast, but safely. We tell people that they drive to a certain capacity, and we teach this during the academy. We're not driving at 100% all the time because no one can drive at 100%, but we drop it down to a safe limit to where you're able to manipulate the vehicle and drive it safely and efficiently and get to where you need to go.
And when is the next academy?
Currently, they don't have a date that is set. I'm sorry, the next academy down here is May 27th. The one after that is scheduled for late October, early November.
And so the May one is if they can't apply now to get into that, because it would take too long.
If they would apply now, it would probably be a pretty big stretch to get them into the May Academy. Not saying it's impossible. However, everything would have to go perfectly correct to get them into the May Academy. However, like I was saying earlier, we do pre-hire cadets. So if they apply now and they pass all their background stuff and they get to their process and they're hired, we will bring them on as pre-hire cadets, and they can work at our office at Parole and Probation or Highway Patrol. They can write reports, they can put our cars together, they can work in the garage, or they can work in the front office. And then time for the academy, they will go to the academy. But they will be hired with us prior to starting the academy.
This is why we do the show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I'm so
for this
glad.
type of
Thank you
connection.
for coming on.
You're welcome.
Seriously,
Surprise.
I loved it. It's a
Yeah,
good
it was a
Thursday.
big surprise.
Big
Yeah.
surprise.
Surprise.
All right, so do me
Absolutely.
a favor. Let's face this camera right here, and then we're going to wave goodbye, okay? All right, see you
Bye.
later.
Thanks, guys.